there are a few European cities where history is more obvious, more revered than Rome. It's everywhere you go. It is a city that remembers, and Roma's players know if they deliver tonight, they'll never be forgotten. Those who won Feyenoord's 3 previous major European honours remain revered in Rotterdam. 2 big football clubs for whom success hasn't come easy over the last 20 years. It makes nights like these even more intense for supporters. The fear of failure, the blind faith any football fan knows. It is the hope that kills you. For the players, it is all or nothing tonight. Such a big game for these 2 football clubs. Around 100,000 fans watching at their respective stadiums on big screens. A big plus for Roma is the timely return from injury of Henrik Mkhitaryan, a Europa League winner with Jose Mourinho at Manchester United in 2017. He's been out since the end of April with a hamstring injury. A big call for Mourinho was whether to go with Oliveira or Zaniolo, and he's opted for the latter. Dutch international Rick Karsdorp lines up against his former club on Roma's right. 2 Englishmen start for the Giallorossi. Chris Smalling at the back and Tammy Abraham up front. He has 9 goals in this competition. Now the skippers, Justin Bijlo for Feyenoord and the Rome-born former youth graduate Pellegrini for Roma. Istvan Kovac from Romania is the referee. His last European game was the crazy first leg of the semi-final in the Champions League between Real Madrid and Manchester City. Real show of strength from both sets of supporters. Around 50,000 have made the journey to Tirana. The big news for Feyenoord is a start for the Dutch international goalkeeper Justin Bijlo, who's making his first appearance since the 10th of March, having recovered from foot surgery. That means former Hibs keeper Ophir Marciano drops to the bench. That's the only change to the side that began both legs of the semi-final win over Marseille. It's a side full of goals. The starting 11 has scored 86 between them this season. Cyril Dessers, the top scorer in this competition, with 10. Maybe something of a risk to start with Bijlo tonight, having not played since March. But it's a big bonus, a big plus for Mourinho that he has Mkhitaryan fit and available again. His first appearance since the end of April, a man who's been there and done it and won a European final. There is the top scorer in this season's competition. He's got 3 goals in his last 2 games, Dessers 7 in his last 7. Says he hopes it's going to be the greatest game of his life. It is the biggest game of the careers so far of so many of these players. So all eyes trained on Tirana. The cities of Rome and Rotterdam particularly transfixed. It means everything to the fans involved. Feyenoord's first European final in 20 years. You have to go back 31 years for Roma's most recent. These are occasions to savour, to make the most of, but winning is everything, and of course Mourinho knows all about that. Tonight he seeks to become the first coach to win all of the current European honours. Feyenoord could become the first club to achieve that. And Robbie Savage alongside me. It's a great atmosphere in Tirana.
It certainly is. It's going to be an intriguing game, Adam. I thought Roma against Leicester were the better side over the 2 legs. You know, the wing-backs had a huge impact in that game, the way they switched the play. Tammy Abraham, you know, what a head it was against Leicester to secure their place in the final. And as for Feyenoord, I think the way they adapted against Marseille in the second game, you know, the great structure defensively, very good. I know they got at them in the first game, so tactically it's going to be very, very intriguing tonight.
Senesi, now Trauner, what a bargain he's been at just €1 million, one of the signings of the season in the Eredivisie. Trauder up towards Nelson. Till looked to try and take it on, but Roma have it back as Pellegrini is dispossessed. It's a high-energy start to the game. Like bees round a honeypot there, weren't they? Malacia, he loves to get forward down that left-hand side. Looked to toss it in towards Dessers. Karsdorp, against his former club, came through the youth system at Feyenoord. It's worth mentioning what a young Feyenoord team this is. The average age of the starting lineup, 24 years and 176 days. The youngest 11 in a European final since Ajax in 2017. There are 4 youth graduates in the side. The Roma team that bit more experienced. Interesting to see how much that counts for tonight. He's had a great season, Kirkçe. Certainly we have 2 sides on show here who've done the hard yards in the Europa Conference League. Feyenoord's first game on the 22nd of July. This is their 19th match in the competition. On behalf of Premier League season, touched there by Smalling.
Well, Smalling was exceptional in the 2 games against Leicester, Adam. The runs of Vardy, he blocked the channel, done exceptionally well, defended at times brilliantly. Been big for Jose Mourinho this season.
It's Roma's 3rd appearance in a major European final, and a first for 31 years, but their coach, Jose Mourinho, has already won 4. Trauner. Malacia. Up towards Dessers, who has Smalling at his back. Mancini. Karsdorp was looking for Zaniolo, but intercepted by Malacia. Nelson with a bit of time and space, the man on loan from Arsenal, who's had a really strong end to the season. Senesi. Kirkçe. Zaniolo. Pellegrini. Mancini.
Good positive start from Feyenoord. Pressing on the front foot, trying to win the ball back as high as they can. Good start.
It's been a confident start as well from the Eredivisie side. Did so well to eliminate Marseille, the runners-up in Ligue 1 this season, in the semi-finals. Nelson again found a bit of space. Here Trauder. Noticeable already how far forward the 2 fullbacks, Malacia and here Trauder, are getting, and how in field as well. Here Trauder is as well there. Nelson. Dessers. He's got on hold of it here, but had options on the edge of the box. Till was one of them. He will look to break forward from the midfield. Till.
In possession, they are very narrow, Feyenoord, you know, and if Roma can win the ball back quickly, the wing-backs will have loads of space because they are so narrow, but when they lose the ball, Feyenoord, they go into their shape.
Arne Slot, in his first season, the man who we saw there, the Feyenoord head coach, 16 years. Mourinho's junior, looking to win the first trophy of what looks like being a promising coaching career. Says he believes his team will be fitter and stronger than any other opponent.
Just see there, you've mentioned it, Adam, that the full-backs go infield and the centre-halves, they split very, very far apart in possession. You know, so important that one of the midfield players, if they lose the ball, can fill that gap in between the 2 centre-halves.
Zalewski has been a real nice surprise for Roma this season, having come through the youth system. Karsdorp. Tracking back is Sinisterra. That will be a really important part of the game, that particular flank. Sinisterra, possibly Feyenoord's biggest threat.
You can see the two difference in the sides. When Roma have the ball, look at the width they provide with the wing-backs. You know, their heels are on the touchline, whereas when Feyenoord get the ball, we've seen Reiss Nelson's position already, how far in field he is, so two contrasting styles.
Zaniolo. Cristante hit it early. Just kept in by Zalewski, but Ietrauda able to go back to the captain, Bailo.
See the space though for the wing-backs. That is the game plan, you know, which done so well for Roma against Leicester. That's where the space will be. Very narrow, the Feyenoord side, and the switch of play. Just see the space that Zalewski got in there.
Zaniolo, Tammy Abraham had made the run in behind. It's going to be kept in by Karsdorp, and Pellegrini was just behind him. Ibanez. Smalling. He's a Europa League winner with Mourinho at Manchester United, along with Mkhitaryan back in 2017.
Just seen the run for Pellegrini, you know, I thought against Leicester in that first leg, the runs he made from midfield were fantastic. Arriving late, just seeing there, nearly got on the end of a cross from Karsdorp, but he will make those runs. There's a switch of play again.
He's got 14 goals from midfield this season, Pellegrini. Real source of creativity for the Giallorossi as well, 8 assists in all competitions, somebody that he'll have planned for on a slot. Trauner. Towards Sinisterra, chasing is Mancini, but Sinisterra had the pace to get there before him. Trying to hold off Mancini. He's done well there, Sinisterra, but Dessers had held his position on the edge of the box.
Great play from Sinisterra down that left-hand side. I thought it was a foul, to be fair. Mancini holding Sinisterra.
Ibanez. Mkhitaryan finds Karsdorp, who's always an outlet down that right-hand side. Look for Zaniolo, intercepted by Malacia. That's a risky ball, which was read by Tammy Abraham. Cristante. Pellegrini looked to try and touch it through for Abraham. Mkhitaryan. Karsdorp. Pellegrini had made a run to the edge of the box. Karsdorp decided against trying to use him though. Cristante finds Ibanez. Mkhitaryan. It's his first game since the first leg against Leicester on the 28th of April. It's been a hamstring problem that's kept him out at the end of the Serie A season, Mkhitaryan. There's been talk in Italy that he could be off to Inter this summer, but Tiago Pinto, the sporting director at Roma, says it's lies that he's in talks with the former Italian champions, of course deposed by their city rivals Milan at the weekend.
Comfortable in the end, wasn't it, Adam, at the weekend for AC Milan on the final day in the Premier League. Man City, Liverpool, but Milan 3-0 up at half-time, were they?
Yeah, it's an excellent first-half performance. It was a hat-trick of assists for Rafael Leao, who's the player of the year in Italy. Zaniolo chasing this, looking to hold off Senesi. It's quite a big call for Mourinho tonight as to whether to go with Sergio Oliveira, who's had a good impact in the second half of the season on loan from Porto, or Zaniolo. He's gone with the Italian international. He's much the younger of the two men. Here Traude. Auschness. Kirkçe. Senesi. Eligible for both Italy and Argentina, Senesi. And highly unusual. I think it's the first time it's ever happened. He was called up by both of them for the same game that's going to be played at Wembley next month. He's chosen to play for Argentina. That's quite something, though, isn't it, to be called up by two such big footballing nations at the same time. And Senesi again. It's Feyenoord's first European final since they lifted the UEFA Cup 20 years ago in 2002, beat Dortmund in the final. A side that included the likes of Van Persie, John Dahl Thomason, Pierre van Hooijdonk. Roma's last European final, 1991, they were beaten 2-1 by Inter over two legs. The German pair of Thomas Berthold and Rudi Völler were among the Giallorossi starters. And it's Mancini and Sinisterra tangling with each other.
Not sure what's happening, but surely it's got to be a foul for Feyenoord. He's going to throw in the referee.
Taken by Malacia. Auschness sent it in. He's looking towards Till. He scored plenty of goals, Till, in the Eredivisie this season. In fact, he was their top scorer in the league, 15 goals. Hasn't scored in this competition. Looks like he's going to have his hands full, doesn't it, Mancini on the right of that back three. He's looking to win his first major trophy tonight. It's of his club career. Malacia. Trauner. Here Traude. Trauner again. Senesi. Auschness. Here Traude. Nelson. Missed the last two games of the season, injured Reiss Nelson, but fit and raring to go tonight as Pellegrini drives forward here for the Giallorossi. Tammy Abraham's made a run, so had Zaniolo. They've not been able to pick that pass yet, have they, in the final third? And here come Feyenoord now with Till. Sinisterra. Kirkçe. Dessers. Referee pulling the play back here. It's Mkhitaryan who is down, which will be a concern, bearing in mind he is returning from an injury this evening. So he missed out on the last major European final. He could have played in for Arsenal when he wasn't able to play for fears of his safety in Azerbaijan. Mourinho was so desperate for him to be fit tonight, but it doesn't look as though he's going to be able to continue here, and this would be a real early blow with a quarter of an hour gone. You've really got a feel for Mkhitaryan, Robbie, because, as I mentioned, he missed out on that final for Arsenal, didn't he?
Yeah, hugely disappointing. Obviously done everything he can to get ready for this final. It's a change that Roma would not have liked to have made. You've mentioned Oliveira, though. He's got an opportunity now to come onto the park and affect the game, but obviously so disappointing for Mkhitaryan there to come off just after a quarter of an hour of a final, if it is to be.
It's not quite clear yet as to whether he's going to give it a go here to try and carry on. Mkhitaryan. Certainly they're getting Sergio Oliveira ready. There he turns 30 on the 2nd of June on loan from Porto. Could be his last game this for the club. They do have a €13.5 million option to buy Sergio Oliveira, but Tiago Pinto, the sporting director, was a little non-committal recently when asked whether they would take up that option, said that they would decide at the end of the season. But he has had an impact. He's been a very useful player tactically as well for Mourinho since he came to the club. That change is indeed going to have to be made. He seems to have fallen in love very quickly with the city of Rome and playing for the Giallorossi. Oliveira, the fans really like him at the Olimpico. Can he have a telling impact in this European final? Nelson. Senesi. It's a bit short, and it's picked up here by Dessers. Tills made the run into the box, and it was Kirkçe that sliced it. Zalewski brought down by Nelson.
Once again, good pressing from Feyenoord. There's a little pull on the shirt there on Zalewski. There's a foul.
That was interesting yesterday when Mourinho said he doesn't like being called the special one anymore. In fact, he called it nonsense. Said it's something you say in the beginning of your career. As you progress, mature, you start to think more about others than yourself. So that's an old story to me. Tomorrow I will simply try to help, he said. Maybe becoming a little more humble. They love him in Rome, Mourinho. He had become a club legend in his first season if he could deliver the club's first major European trophy tonight. I have to say as well, Robbie, when you listen to the Roma players talk, I read a lot of interviews with the players, so many times they mention Mourinho and how he motivates them. More than any other manager I can think of this season when I've been preparing for games, the players mention that quite a lot.
Yeah, I was in Rome for the semi-final, the atmosphere. You know, the way that Jose got the crowd going. Tammy Abraham as well. And the fans love Tammy Abraham, what he's done this season. Is it the most debut goals in the season for Roma?
It's 27. Batistuta and Montella got 21 in their first seasons for Roma. Yes, maybe the defending was better back then in Serie A, but it's still a fantastic achievement. He says that Mourinho is the perfect manager for him. He says he never tells him he's done well because he always wants him to do better.
Most managers said that to me, I didn't do well.
Pietrada. 20 gone then in Tirana. Nelson up against Zalewski, goes on the outside. Nelson and Zalewski did well to stick with him. And they get the goal kick as well. Good battle that will be between those two.
It's great defending, 1v1 situation. Nelson would have, fancied his chances going on the outside, but Zalewski, the way he got back, very good.
He's been with Roma more than a decade. Zalewski joined the club in 2011. Actually, in the youth team, he played in a attacking central midfield role, but converted into a wing-back in the first team. Nelson. Kirkçe. Senesi. Till. Off Mancini for a throw-in.
Yeah, done well there, Till. Mancini wasn't aware. The ball into the channel.
Sinisterra. Auschness. Senesi. He has been heavily linked with a move to Roma in the Italian press just recently. Pietrauda was born in Rotterdam. He's had a decade at the club. So proud of their youth system, Feyenoord, and they've every right to be proud of it. 4 in this current side have come through the youth system. Kirkçe, Malacia had made a run forward. Sinisterra. Zaniolo caught there. It was a nice little shimmy, wasn't it? It took him away.
Look at the formations at the minute. You know, against Leicester, the wing-backs, Zalewski and Karsdorp, were so high up the park. They've been forced back from this Feyenoord formation. We have hardly seen Karsdorp or Zalewski in Feyenoord's final third.
Tammy Abraham with the header. Zaniolo's attempted pass intercepted by Senesi. Now they're a little bit stretched. Well, they were momentarily, but that was very well done by Mancini. Sergio Oliveira. Here's the captain, Pellegrini. What it would mean to him to deliver a European trophy to the Eternal City, somebody who came through the academy at Roma. In his second spell now with the club, had a period of time at Sassuolo. Mancini. Oliveira. Pellegrini. Zalewski down the left. Zaniolo was central and he almost picked him out.
Great awareness there, outside of the foot pass. Got to say, for all the decent play, no goal-mouth action as of yet. No keeper's made a save. It's being played at a high intensity.
It's really noticeable, isn't it? We've got the 2 top scorers in the competition on the pitch at either end of it. Both have been really quiet so far. Dessers has got 10 in the competition. Tammy Abraham 9. We've barely seen them so far. Orkan Kirkçe, Sinisterra, Malacia. Fans of Football Manager will be well aware, no doubt, of Malacia, highly rated on that game. Pietrauda. Nelson's come inside here and gets it back again, or almost did. It was just slightly behind him. Oliveira now to Tammy Abraham. Chance of the counter, which was unfairly snuffed out there by Trauner, who then I think seemed to stand accidentally on Tammy Abraham. A yellow card here for the Austrian international, Gernot Trauner.
No nonsense there from Trauner. Good play from initially Feyenoord. The run inside from Nelson, great pass. But then on the counter-attack, cynical foul from Trauner. Needed foul for his side.
Saw one that for Tammy Abraham, who is thankfully quickly back to his feet. Smalling to Cristante. Roger Ibanez. Karsdorp's in space down the right. This is Mancini. Up towards Tammy Abraham, a lovely knockdown. And it was Pellegrini who went down in the box, just got a little nudge in the back off Senesi. Feyenoord having much the better of the ball so far. With 25 minutes gone in Tirana. Smalling's header. Pellegrini got to it first. Zalewski, Pellegrini. Just to remind you, you can see the Champions League final preview show Friday evening, 6:30 for that on BT Sport 2, and then the main event from the French capital Saturday night. Our coverage begins at 6 o'clock, the Champions League final, Liverpool against Real Madrid. Till with the push on Zalewski. Chance for Roma to send a few forward here. Ibanez is one of those. Fine set-piece taker, Pellegrini. Practices on the training ground, free kicks day in, day out, and it's his ball into the box.
There was a set-piece that won in the game against Leicester. Interesting from Roma's first corner, the position of Tammy Abraham. We've seen him in that 6-yard box when he got the header against Leicester.
He comes into the game in good form, Tammy Abraham. 3 goals in his last 4 games, including that one against Leicester that Robbie mentioned. The most Serie A goals in a Serie A season from an Englishman since 1962. Jerry Hitchens got 16 with Inter. Tammy Abraham with 17 after a couple against Torino on the final weekend. And he's had nothing to feed off so far tonight, Tammy Abraham. Problem here for Geertruida. Zaniolo. Cleared by Trauner. Ibanez. Oliveira's made a run into the box. It's over towards him, but a good take by Justin Bailo. Rolled out quickly. Sinisterra. Oh, it's a good ball to Till. And they've got numbers forward here, Feyenoord. Dessers. Shot was deflected, but a good take by Rui Patricio.
Yeah, looks a good player, doesn't he, Sinisterra? Positive, direct. Looking to get forward.
He's only 22, Sinisterra, a Colombian international. Really important part, very often, of Feyenoord's play is his ability to carry the ball down that left-hand side. He averages more dribbles per game than any other player in the Eredivisie. I'd compare him in that respect to what he offers to Rafael Leao at Milan. Not as good a player, but has that ability to dribble with the ball and get his team up the pitch. Commit defenders as well. I think we've seen that already tonight. Smalling. Mancini. Karsdorp, almost half an hour gone in Tirana. Calmly taken down by Senesi. Orkan Kökçü. Maybe a bit of a surprise that there's been such a lack of opportunities so far when you consider these the 2 top scoring sides in the competition proper. 28 goals in 12 games for Feyenoord, 1 more than Roma. But I suppose when it comes to finals and Jose's involved, they do tend to be tight affairs, as that man will no doubt have planned for. I guess it can be kind of intimidating for a fairly young coach to come up against someone with Mourinho's track record. He's looking to win a major European final with a 4th different club tonight, Mourinho. No manager has ever done that before. Flag up against Zaniolo. Pellegrini. Zalewski is the runner down the left. Here is Zalewski with Trauner in front of him. Zaniolo waits in the box. Oliveira comes to the edge of the area. Mancini floats one in towards Zaniolo, has brought it down beautifully and scores! Roma in front, and it's Nicolo Zaniolo. Took it so well. He's delivered on the big occasion. It's the first significant chance they've had, and Zaniolo has taken it.
It's a wonderful ball. Just wonder, is he onside? I think he is. Trauner misread it, but that little first touch there is beautiful. Regained his balance, then the little flick over the on-rushing goalkeeper is beautiful. It looks onside.
Now there is a goal check going on. VAR in operation, and the check over, the goal is given. That first touch on the chest though, Robbie, that was absolutely brilliant, wasn't it, from Zaniolo? So cool under pressure.
I think there was a little touch off Trauner. He had to adjust a little bit. But that first touch, the way he regained his balance, and then the little flick over the goalkeeper was superb. First attempt results in a goal.
Only Tammy Abraham has scored more goals in this competition for Roma than Nicolo Zaniolo. I mentioned earlier, it was a big call for Mourinho. Did he go with Zaniolo or Oliveira? So it's turned out both have ended up on the pitch with that injury to Mkhitaryan. But both sides have really created so little in the first half an hour or so. They got in behind them for the first time and took their chance, but Feyenoord do have the weapons to hit back. Trauner, Dessers. Well, they need a big performance from him, but Roma have it back with Cristante up towards Tammy Abraham. Suddenly Roma look in the mood, looking to burst past Senesi. Pellegrini's arrived on the edge of the box, and Senesi got back and recovered well.
Yeah, good pace from Senesi there. First opportunity, wasn't it, for Abraham to run down the channel. Senesi matched him though for pace. Good defending. Trauner will be disappointed about the goal, just misread the flight. A beautiful pass. Good defending.
He's pumped up for this, Tammy Abraham. Really endeared himself to the Roma fans when very early on in his time at the Olimpico he was seen before the game joining in singing the club anthem. It's very often seen around Rome with his girlfriend. In fact, he was in a restaurant one night and was noticed by lots of Roma fans and ended up buying their dinner for them. He was also seen drinking cappuccino in the evening, was told by the locals, no, we don't do that in the evening, we do it in the morning. He's learning. 10 to go in the first half. In it goes from Pellegrini, and Smalling with the header. Should be Bilo's, it is. Trauner. Number Feyenoord unbeaten in the competition proper. Only lost once, that was in the qualifiers. They had to come through 3 qualifying rounds just to reach the group stage.
Smalling again there, fantastic, the way he covered the run.
Bit of afters involving Smalling, and there's a few getting involved now, Mancini too. But Smalling has, you're right, Robbie, been a key part, hasn't he, in keeping Dessers so quiet so far.
great defending. As I've mentioned, he'd done that so well against Leicester. He's seen the run early.
Well, there was some sorting out for the referee to do here. Looks as though it's just going to be a chat for those two players, but there's a yellow card here for the skipper Pellegrini. I don't know if you know, Robbie, the nickname they gave Chris Smalling in Italy, Smaldini, combining Maldini and Smalling. Very popular figure, loved by Mourinho as well, Chris Smalling. A lot of people talked about that comment that Mourinho made about Smalling when they were together at Manchester United, when there was that joke that he made, and I think it was at a press conference, when he said, with Smalling's feet, we're not going to be playing out from the back. But he certainly trusts him in this Roma side. It's Tammy Abraham, look for Zaniolo. Oliveira. Far by Cristante. Okan Kökçü. Auschness to Nelson. Can they get some service into Dessers? Well, not like that.
There's the pass. Great touch. And the finish is beautiful. Just look at the way he lifted it over the goalkeeper. The way he's regained his balance, he moved his feet, knew exactly what he was going to do. Did the goalkeeper make his mind up for him? Zaniolo. But it's great play and wonderful ball, but Trauner will be disappointed to get under the flight of the ball.
Zalewski. Abraham waits in the box. This is Pellegrini. Zalewski. Cristante, European Championship winner with Italy last summer. Oliveira. Smalling. The ball to the edge of the box. Pellegrini. Nelson. Poor touch by Dessers. Cristante. Abraham. Oliveira. Wide is Karsdorp. Are they building up to something here? The crossover hit though.
You can see though, as the game's opening up, Roma are starting to utilise the wing backs. We've seen Karsdorp forward more, Zalewski forward more.
Dessers with the flick, which Till looked to get on the end of, but Zalewski was there.
I just think Feyenoord have got to get the ball up to Dessers a bit more. You know, come to feet. Bring players into play. No attacking threat at all after 40 minutes of this game. Feyenoord, yes, more possession.
It's been so key for them, Dessers, in this competition. The Feyenoord fans love him. They started a crowdfunding campaign to keep him for another season. He's on loan from the Belgian side, Genk. Geertruida, man down on the edge of the box for Feyenoord. Geertruida with the ball inside. Kökçü decides to hit one, that swerved a bit. Gathered in by Rui Patricio at the second attempt. It's Dessers, the player, down.
I'm not sure what happened on the edge of the box there, but as you say, it did move the shot. Patricio gathered at the second attempt. Look at the movement there.
He says the hallmarks of his team, Arne Slot, the goals, energy, intensity, and a lot of attacking football. Maybe haven't shown as much of that perhaps so far as he would have liked. He's also right to point out, as he has done, Arne Slot, that his team have exceeded even his own expectations in reaching a European final. As we head towards half-time, it is the Giallorossi in front. Zaniolo. Corner's been given.
Look at Tammy Abraham starting position. Again, that position where he scored against Leicester City.
Oh, the centre-halves are up there. Mourinho's trying to get a message across to Mancini, I think. Zaniolo is a late arrival in the box. Pellegrini on the edge of it. Cristante looked to try and flick it on. It's Till who got it clear. Pellegrini with the header. Can they counter here, Feyenoord? Dessers leading the charge forward. Nelson's getting up in support as well. Roma getting players back. Senesi. Malacia was never going to get to that. It's a bit of a waste that from Feyenoord.
Karsdorp and Sergio Oliveira have done exceptionally well there. They both read the run. Good defending. The recovery runs there from the Roma players. All running back towards their own goal in a straight line.
What a big weekend ahead in the world of rugby. First up, the Challenge Cup final, Lyon against Toulon. It's Friday, 7:15 at the Velodrome in Marseille. And then Saturday afternoon, Leinster against La Rochelle, again from the Velodrome in Marseille. Zalewski, Tammy Abraham peeled off to the left. Pellegrini comes in support. Tammy Abraham with the ball into the box. Behind it goes for a goal kick. Feyenoord had gone 10 games unbeaten in all competitions before losing to Twente on the Eredivisie final day. They'd won 7 of those matches. I have to say Roma's form has been a little more up and down. Their last 10 games, 4 wins, 4 draws, 2 defeats, but it's the Serie A side who have that narrow lead as we head towards half-time.
Feyenoord, they've got to look to get the ball to Sinisterra a lot more in the second half. He looked a threat. Then they had him in the opening 10 minutes down the sides, but haven't got the ball to him as often I'm sure they would like.
Kirkche. Run back by Auschness. Can they create something at the end of the half here, Feyenoord? Here, Trauder. It's come back to Nelson. And Nelson again. Good block. Mancini threw himself in the way. Perhaps a bit more pressure here from Feyenoord as we move into a minimum of 4 minutes added time. Chance to cross from the left. Malacia in towards Dessers. And Rui Patricio was there. He's caught his own player there. I have to say I'm a little surprised they haven't done that more in this first half. Feyenoord looked to chuck balls into the box from those wide areas with the likes of Malacia and here Trauder. You've got a man like Dessers in the middle as well.
Yeah, because, you know, the wide players have been coming inside. The fullbacks haven't been getting high and wide quick enough. You know, at times reluctant to put the ball into the box. We've seen Nelson try and go on the outside on one occasion, but Zalewski done ever so well to defend it. Playing with no width, and the fullbacks from Feyenoord have been coming inside also, so they haven't had many opportunities to put the ball in the box.
down nicely on the edge of the box. Dessers beaten to it though by Smalling. The back three have been excellent for Roma so far. Zaniolo goes down. Plenty of energy and endeavour from Feyenoord at the end of the half. Auschness looking for Till. And it breaks down for them though in the final third. Been a very good first half from that man.
Yeah, very good from Smalling. Positive on the front foot defending.
Francesco Totti watching on, the king of Rome. If they were to go on and win this, Roma, the party would last all summer. Club that has craved for so long continental kudos. Zaniolo's goal has given them the lead as we head towards half-time here. Auschness it was who brought down Pellegrini. Roger Ibanez. Smalling. Mancini. Shows you how some of the players' opinions of this competition have changed as the season has gone on. Mancini said they went from calling it in the squad the Cup of Jokes to saying it's the most important game of his career this tonight. Orkan Kökçü. Till. Last minute of added time. Geertruida. Sinisterra has it taken off him by Mancini, but back into the box it goes towards Dessers. And they're going to have a corner. Just about enough time to take it. Could they hit back here, Feyenoord, just before the break? Tammy Abraham brought back to defend this. His height's really useful in these sort of situations. It's one of their chief creators. Orkan Kökçü who will take this. Nervous whistles from the Roma fans. Kökçü's ball in. And it struck not as well as they would have liked. And an easy take really for Rui Patricio. Auschness has, Trauner I should say, misjudged that, but through it goes to Bailo as the referee brings the first half to a close. Yeah, interesting listening to Joe and Owen talking about Mourinho and his effect on the game. The headline in today's Gazzetta dello Sport read, "Moo, you take care of it." It was a repeat of the paper's headline from May 2010, the day of Inter and Mourinho's Champions League final triumph, the last time that an Italian side won a major European honour. And I think we've seen, haven't we, Robbie, in that first half, Mourinho's fingerprints all over this game so far.
Yeah, as Joe and Owen pointed out, you know, the way they defended, you know, trying to get the ball to Tammy Abraham. The structure of the side, very good, Roma.
Till. It's a good recovery, that. Needed to be as well. They're the type of breaks from midfield that Till loves to do in the Eredivisie. Kökçü. The start that they make to this second half final is going to be really interesting. Here, Trauder goes on the outside. He'll be happy with the corner if it goes out. Ibanez felt he kept it in. It's an early opportunity at the start of this second half, maybe to try and pick out that man, Dessers. 10 goals in the competition. Kökçü plays it to Sinisterra. Kökçü fizz one in and off the post it came. Here Trauder's there. Oh, and it's just been kept out by Rui Patricio. It was Till with the shot. But it's a bright start to the second half, this by Feyenoord.
Yeah.
They're saying there's a hand involved.
They are. We just see as the ball gets smashed across. I think it's Mancini who hits it against his own post. We'll see here. Yeah, Mancini unaware. Good start.
Well, it's been much more like it from his side at the start of this second half. They're known for their energy and their intensity. There is a VAR check that's been ongoing for a potential handball, and it's still carrying on. The VAR official tonight from the Bundesliga, Marco Fritz. The Roma players inquisitive about that check. It is over now. It's probably expected there will be no penalty, but there is threat from Feyenoord. Can they keep them penned in here? Volkan Kukçu, Turkish international, will take it. Nervy moments at the start of the second half here for the Giallorossi. Just a word for Sinisterra and the Roma captain Pellegrini. Malacia with the ball in, and he had to backpedal a bit, but a good take from Rui Patricio. Zaniolo is the player chasing, but Malacia is there for Feyenoord. Zaniolo, by the way, the youngest Italian to score in a major European final since Alessandro Del Piero back in 1997 against Dortmund for Juve in the Champions League final. He was 22 years and 200, or Zaniolo, 22 years and 200 days, but he's in good company there, isn't he, with Del Piero? Here, Trauder. He's had such terrible injury problems, Zaniolo. He's done both. His ACL injuries in either knee. Long way back on both occasions, but he says that those injuries have helped him grow as a person. Says he doesn't feel like a top player yet. Talks about the need to improve. Sinisterra chasing this. Till waits in the box, looking for the room for the cross. Oh, he's played a really good ball here. And the back heel sets it up. Malacia with the shot and Patricio with the save. He's being kept busy at the start of this second half.
Oh, what a move. Another little back heel, and what a strike. And Rui Patricio threw himself to his left, tips it onto the post. Second time the woodwork's been hit from Feyenoord.
They're at it now though, aren't they, Robbie? Much better from Feyenoord. This is more like the sort of performance we expected from them. The outswinging delivery, it's flicked on dangerously, and Debters is trying to apply the touch. Roma can't get out for the moment. Auschness, Malacia got right underneath it, let Roma off the hook a bit there.
They do look dangerous from set pieces. Debters just quite can't get it from that little flick on. That's 3 set pieces early in the second half. Looked dangerous from everyone. With a save from Rui Patricio. It's a great strike.
He's been a brilliant signing for Roma. Rui Patricio is the 4th goalkeeper that they brought in since the departure of Alisson to Liverpool. Been a problem position for them. Tammy Abraham's chasing. He was pulled back there. Well, no wonder he's asking the question. He's clearly been impeded there, Tammy Abraham. And had he gone down, they were in all sorts of trouble there, Feyenoord. But why should he need to go down?
Correct.
He's been impeded.
Correct. That is, for me, a red card. Not inside the box. Denying a goal-scoring opportunity. Pull on the shirt. No intention to play the ball. You've made a great point, Adam. Doesn't need to go down. It's a foul.
More pressure here from Feyenoord. Pellegrini. There is, according to the screen in front of us, no check going on in terms of VAR over this, unless that is about to happen here.
There, he pulls his arm, it impedes him. Just watch this now. That for me...
They are checking it now.
That for me should be a red card.
Yeah, there is a check now.
He's being honest, he stayed on his feet. There goes the argument. For me there, if he goes down, you're right.
Well, we were told, in fact, we have a monitor which tells us when there's a VAR check going on, and that now is literally, as I'm speaking, just said check over, but the play had continued anyway. But that is a big talking point, whatever happens in this game. Should a player have to go down to get a decision like that when he's clearly been impeded?
Well, that is the argument, isn't it?
Here come Feyenoord again. Sinisterra, taken away from him by Karsdorp. Well, they're swarming all around Roma at the start of this second half. Feyenoord.
Fantastic start to the second half. But going back to the Abraham chance, Senesi, he pulls his arm, it impedes Tammy Abraham. And that is a fascinating debate. Tries to stay on his feet. To be honest, if he goes down, you could almost guarantee that would be a red card.
Just soft air. As for the views of Owen and Joe in the studio about that potential red card, Robbie, they both say yes, should have been a red.
Totally agree.
Nelson, Zalewski with the challenge.
So when you try and be honest and stay on your feet, you have to go down to get those decisions. So until, you know, if the VAR looks at that, and because Abraham tried to be honest and stay on his feet, if they give the right decision, which would have been a red card, there you go. But because he stayed on his feet, they haven't. Poor decision. Big decision in this game.
Istvan Kovac is the referee. He's an experienced official. He was in charge of the first leg of Manchester City's Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid, that 4-3 at the Etihad. Well, 10 minutes, we've nearly had 10 minutes of this second half. It's absolutely flown by, hasn't it? Malacia, who saw his effort tipped onto the woodwork by Patricio. Auschnes. Senesi. Malacia, who's getting forward at every opportunity. They can't get out properly here at the moment, Roma. Kirkçe. Movement from Till, but Smalling came across. Good strength from former Manchester United man, but it's just going to come straight back at them.
He reads that run ever so well, Smalling, doesn't he? That ball into the channel. They're playing with much more width in the second half, Feyenoord. This is the opportunity. Mancini hit the post. I'm not sure where they were appealing for the handball. Was it there? Yeah, that's where it was. Cristante, and there's the strike from Malacia. Great save, Rui Patricio.
I was mentioning before that occasion where Tammy Abraham ran through about the impact that Patricio has made at Roma. Only Mike Maignan of the champions Milan had more clean sheets in Serie A this season, the same as Samir Handanovic of Inter 15 he kept. You consider his predecessor, Paul Lopez, kept 9 clean sheets in 53 appearances last season. It shows you the difference that Rui Patricio has helped make. Kirkçe could be kept busy in this second half. The Roma goalkeeper, if the first 10 minutes or so are anything to go by. Zaniolo. Oliveira. Now by Dessers. Space for Zalewski to run into, but he's taken it out of play. And have just lost a bit of their composure, haven't they, Roma?
Yeah, they have, but making a fascinating second half. Feyenoord going for that equaliser, hitting the woodwork twice. And then Tammy Abraham on the counter-attack. For me, Senesi should have seen red, wasn't given.
Orkan Kökçü. Sinisterra gives chase along with Karsdorp. Is the pressure going to tell here on Roma? Kökçü across to take it. The players who came through the youth system at Feyenoord. Kökçü plays it short here to another one of them, Malacia. Auschnes. Malacia. Auschnes, look how busy it is in that box. Auschnes. Fizzed in by Malacia, and Kökçü hit it. And now Auschnes. Roma just throwing bodies in the way, but they did enough.
It was that man small, and again, brilliant defending. There's a little foul there, isn't it? You know, how big will that decision be not to award the red card? Look at Smalling, brilliant defending. You know, it was denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity. It was a pullback, wasn't it, Adam? So for me, that should... I cannot understand how that is not a red card. I really can't. They've got VAR, they've looked at it. Really poor from the officials.
Toornstra, who is the club captain, has come on here for Feyenoord. It's Till who's made way for the introduction of Toornstra. Didn't feature in either of the semi-final games against Marseille because of injury, but returned for the final 3 league games of the season. Dessers putting the pressure on, and Dessers is in! And they've just about done enough again. It was Smalling who couldn't keep his feet, but the referees spotted a handball.
But Ibanez, the recovery. Smalling slips, look at Ibanez, there was the handball, but look at that from Ibanez, brilliant defending on the cover.
There's another one who's improving all the time under Mourinho. Roger Ibanez, even recognised in the gaming world that the most improved player on FIFA 2022, Roger Ibanez. He went up 13 points from the previous game.
Football Manager, FIFA.
Any good at either?
No.
It used to be sensible soccer back in the day, I remember. An hour gone. Mourinho animated, and no surprise really, the way that this second half has gone so far. It's not been very Mourinho-like, has it, the way that Roma have played so far, particularly in terms of playing in a final where, particularly if he gets in front, you expect it to be tight and compact. That said, they continue, particularly Smalling, to defend very well. And they would say that final should be down to 10. Trauner. Senesi. Malacia will take the throw-in. Sinisterra. Senesi. Nice approach play again, this by Feyenoord. They need some end product though. Kökçü. Sinisterra. Asked a lot of him here. Up against Karsdorp. Oh, it's been given away to Malacia. And Nelson out of his feet, and Dessers with the touch. It's a corner.
Yeah, the touch from Ibanez. Good play from Feyenoord. Dynamic on the front foot. One or two occasions, or can they hit it first time? Karsdorp does well, but then gives the ball away.
In comes the corner. Smalling got it clear. Auschness. Senesi goes on the outside of Smalling and ran out of pitch. This is some performance that Smalling's putting in. "14 years now since Roma's last major trophy, the Coppa Italia, back in 2008. Feyenoord have won 5 trophies in that time, including the Eredivisie in 2017. But it is the Giallorossi who still have that narrow advantage. That lovely finish by Zaniolo in the first half still remains the difference, but how Feyenoord have been knocking on the door in this second half. Changes being readied here by Mourinho. Looks like Veretout is going to be coming on shortly. Senesi. Malacia has peeled out wide. Trauner. Crossing towards Dessers, but Smalling's there again. Malacia. Combining with Sinisterra, Karsdorp trying to win it back. Pellegrini. He's joined Roma back in 2007, Lorenzo Pellegrini. Told an interesting story about Mourinho, actually, Pellegrini. He said that during one of the training sessions, he just stopped everybody. And they thought that they were in trouble, and he just said to the players, it was in his early days at the club, he said, "You lot are so good, you need to believe in yourselves more." He said how much it lifted the players collectively. Can be a master at stuff like that, Mourinho. He can also fall out with players as well, which I know people would point out too, but certainly had a positive effect by and large on this Roma group. Not had much of the ball in this second half, though. Chance for a set piece, though, for Roma. They've soaked up a fair bit of pressure. Here come the 3 centre-halves. The skipper will take it. It's flicked on over towards Zaniolo, and it came off Sinisterra. Well, there were the worries about the size of this stadium. The number of fans that would be able to get in. Officially, it was around 4,000 tickets for each team. There's clearly a lot more than that. They've managed to get in to support their sides. A full house at Dachau watching it on a big screen. 50,000 at the Olimpico watching it on a big screen. Spinazzola is going to be coming on here. Zalewski coming off. Veretout coming on here as well for Roma. French international, formerly of Aston Villa. Zaniolo is the man who makes way for him, and he's come on with an instruction for Sergio Oliveira. I'm not surprised, Robbie, that he's looked to change things here, Mourinho, but it's a nice story, isn't it, to see Spinazzola come on in a major European final after that long injury layoff he suffered, having suffered that Achilles tendon injury in the European Championship.
He was brilliant in the Euros as well, wasn't he? Spinazzola for Italy. outstanding until that injury.
Pellegrini. Tammy Abraham waits in the middle. Oliveira's in there as well. Malacia got it clear. Karsdorp with the touch. Mancini into the box. Oh, it's over the top here for Tammy Abraham, and it's sat up to be hit. Angle worked against him.
And Senesi does well there, because as Tammy Abraham was going to shoot when it was dropping, I think he just got a tiny little nudge in the back from Senesi. Put him off.
He was saying, Spinazzola, that he admitted there were really tough moments in his recovery from that Achilles tendon injury. Said there were moments when he felt like he wasn't making any progress at all. I know you've had bad injuries, Robbie, in your time. I'm sure you can relate to that. Just felt that nothing was improving for him, despite lots of days in the gym. Tornstra. And Nelson's made the run into the box, but well covered by Ibanez.
You know, the back three of Roma, they look at those runs. The starting positions are really good. They cover the areas in behind. They do that very well. Smalling has done it well. On a whole, Roma, the back three, have defended excellently. I know Feyenoord have hit the post, one from Mancini onto his own post, and the save from Rui Patricio, but on a whole I think Roma have defended exceptionally well.
That was one of the big problems, particularly away from home. Last season for Roma, before the arrival of Mourinho, was defending, conceded way too many goals away from the Olimpico. Can they preserve their clean sheet here? Malacia with an intelligent ball. Sinisterra in a race to keep it in. Look for Dessers. I think he did keep that in. The referee had a look across at the linesman. Cristante, free kick to Roma. Good player, Cristante, in that Roma midfield. I remember De Rossi, the Giada Rossi legend, saying of him that he'd like 100 players like him. Talked about him being a true Romanista. He's already a European Championship winner. Pellegrini. Just over 20 minutes to go. Auschness. One of the Italian sports papers went with the headline today, Roma save Italy. Maybe a nod to the slight embarrassment felt that no Serie A club has won a European honour in 12 years now, since Mourinho guided Inter to the Champions League and that glorious treble. Edging ever closer to that first major European honour. Did win the Fairs Cup. Beat Birmingham City to win that back in the day, but never won a UEFA European honour. And it would mean everything to followers of the Giada Rossi if they could do it. They would party right throughout the summer, as they would no doubt in Rotterdam if Feyenoord could turn this around. That's a lovely take, isn't it, by Sinisterra. Given away though by Dessers.
Yeah, he's got to do better there, Dessers. Hold the ball in, bring people into play. Poor from Trauner, foul on Abraham. Just lets Roma take a breath, get out, compose.
Spinazzola having a run here at Hiertraude. Spinazzola looking to hit the byline. He gets a corner. Really good at that, Spinazzola.
You know, you mentioned about the recovery from injuries. It's a long road, those hours in the gym. At times you think, are you ever going to be the same player? Are you ever going to get back? And when you do, you know, what an occasion for Spinazzola this evening. Heartbreak at times, but it's great to see him back.
Pellegrini will whip this in. Plenty of pace on it. And it came out to be struck, and it was, and it's a good save that by Bilo. Veretout with the shot. It's travelling and on target.
This is his first major save, Bilo, in this game.
Another free kick for Roma.
Good strike, isn't it? Good save from the goalkeeper. What made it even better is a little touch of Sinisterra.
Haven't played since the 10th of March. Oliveira looks like he fancies this, doesn't he? Pellegrini's there as well. This would be some goal. It's a long way out, and it was, after the big build-up, a long way off target. So Pedersen and Linson coming on here. Trauner is one of those who'll make way. Nelson coming off. It's probably his last appearance in a Feyenoord shirt. With 1 year left on his Arsenal contract. Arneson, the sporting director, was saying that he's unlikely to be loaned back to them next season, although they would like that. Linson is also expected to leave Feyenoord at the end of the season. The player who's just come on, expected to move to Japan. And Pedersen comes on here, a Norwegian international. He was linked with a potential move to Roma earlier on this season, ahead of the January window. So changes made by Arne Slot, trying to influence things from the bench as we head towards the final quarter of an hour of this inaugural Europa Conference League final. Geertruida, Senesi, Karsdorp, Sinisterra, Pedersen, first involvement for him. Linson's waiting in the box, Dessers is in there too. Auschnes, Kirkçü, Malacia. Senesi, the centre-half, in a left-wing position here. Deafening whistles from the Roma supporters. Can they pick the lock here, Feyenoord? Auschnes. They work it wide again. Linson and Dessers still waiting in the middle. Toornstra's in there too. Easy for Cristante. And now they bring it clear with Veretout. Sliding in was Linson. Kept in by Pellegrini. Ibanez.
Ibanez has done really well this evening for Roma.
Says Chelsea's Thiago Silva, somebody that he really admires, yet to break into the Brazilian's senior setup. Did play for them at under 23 level. Abraham with the knockdown. Chance for Feyenoord to get forward again. Can they find an equaliser here? Just a reminder that you can see the Champions League final this weekend on BT Sport, live from the Stade de France. Liverpool against Real Madrid. Our coverage begins at 6 o'clock on One. And ultimate, it's a big weekend as well in the world of rugby. The Champions Cup final, Leinster against La Rochelle. Also in France at the Velodrome in Marseille, 4 p.m. on Saturday. Roma on the attack with Karsdorp. Abraham on the edge of the box. Oliveira, I don't think initially had anticipated the pass there. Feyenoord get the decision. He famously said, didn't he, Jose Mourinho, that he's won 25 and a half major trophies. That was after being sacked by Tottenham shortly before the 2021 League Cup final. Will it be number 26 or 26 and a half for Jose tonight? They're getting closer. Dessers. They can see it out. Mourinho will be the first coach to win a European trophy with 4 different clubs, having managed it with Porto and Inter and Manchester United. Senesi. Kirkçü. Sinisterra, how they need a moment of magic from him. So often he's provided them this season. Sinisterra, Dessers looking to get on the turn, but he's still getting no change out of Smalling.
Yeah, they're looking to play that ball into Dessers' feet, but it just keeps coming back. He's got to get hold of it and bring people into play. Sinisterra just looking to bounce the ball back off him. It's poor touch again from Dessers.
It's a nice story about Dessers, about how a fan contacted him on social media ahead of the semi-final second leg in France against Marseille, saying, will you phone my boss, he won't let me come to France. And he did phone the guy's boss and he got the time off work. In it goes from Auschness. Dessers again, Linson's there. Now they've worked it to Sinisterra. And it was maybe one pass too many there. Malacia. Just need to be more decisive, don't they, in those sort of situations. Malacia to play it over, and Linson couldn't control it. And that's another example how they've just not had, or not been enough clinical in those positions.
Last 3 occasions when the ball's got pulled back, you know, the Feyenoord player hasn't been able to hit it on the, you know, the first attempt. They've had to take a touch because of the weight of the pass. But it's better from Feyenoord. They look fit, they look strong, pushing for that equaliser.
It's an interesting point you make there, Robbie, because that is something Arne Slot had said a few times in the lead-up to this game, that he feels that his side are fitter than any other team that they've come up against. Well, that could possibly tell in the final 10 minutes, we'll see. That's a good ball up to Linson, who slipped. Still gets his pass away to Toornstra. Cristante was there to tidy up for Roma.
You look at Abraham's starting position when they win the ball. He's very deep inside his own half.
Pellegrini already heading for the corner flag. It's going to be interesting to see, isn't it, if we see from Roma what we often see from teams, protecting a lead in a final, in a big game, a narrow advantage. Will they start to drop down the pitch even more, perhaps? Well, Dessers here, he's got Linson to his left. And Dessers tried the shot and it was blocked.
Blocked by that man, Smalling, again. He's been fantastic tonight for Roma.
Tammy Abraham chasing, but Hiertrauda got there when he certainly lived up to the nickname of Smaldini, hasn't he, tonight? Outstanding at the bat, Chris Smalling. I was looking at his record in Europe. Of course, saw that he'd won the Europa League with Manchester United back in 2017. I'd forgotten he was at Fulham when they got to the final of that competition in 2010. His much younger days. Here's Sinisterra. Right at the goalkeeper, Rui Patricio, who will be in no rush to restart the play.
You just feel if Feyenoord can get an equaliser, they could go on to win the game. Roma do look tired, but the intensity Feyenoord are playing at is very high.
They played earlier than anybody else on the final weekend of the Serie A season. Roma played on the Friday night against Torino to give them that little bit more preparation time, but the Eredivisie season did finish earlier. Here's Sinisterra. Pedersen with the ball into the box. Needs to be better than that, though. He's worked his way up gradually as a coach, Arne Slot, as they tend to do in the Netherlands. Career began in 2013 as a youth coach at PEC Zwolle. Was at Camber as an assistant coach. AZ did so well at a senior head coach role. Well, he's held on to it too long here for the referee's liking. Here, Trauder. Senesi. Here, Trauder again, who was born in Rotterdam. Was born near the training complex. You can see De Camp from his houses when he was a kid. So many players in both of these sides who such close associations, not with just their clubs but their cities. It would mean so much to get over the line. A groin problem here for Karsdorp. It's a centre forward in Eldor Shomorodov who they've got ready to come on. It's maybe going to be a change of plan here. Looks as though he's going to take the throw in here, Karsdorp, but he clearly looks to have a groin problem.
Yeah, it looked like Tammy Abraham was going to come off. He was applauding the Roma fans, but then didn't come off.
Plenty of space to run into here. Spinazzola. Could they get another one and finish this off? Out of two, in towards the captain, Pellegrini! Good save by Bailo. He's probably kept them in it there. Oliveira.
Talked about the runs from midfield from Pellegrini. It's another good one, good strike, good save from the goalkeeper Bailo.
Five to go, plus whatever gets added on. Spinazzola. Cristante. Malacia. Can they dig deep here, Feyenoord, find a way past what's been a fairly resolute Roma rearguard, although they have had to call on big saves from Rui Patricio in this second half on a few occasions. Malacia. Mad to think, isn't it, that 2008, the last time Roma won a major trophy, when the likes of De Rossi and Totti and Pizarro, Giuli, Panucci, Vucinic were all in the side. Spalletti was the coach. You'd never have thought it would be 14 years before they won another trophy, but they're not quite there yet. Will we get some late drama? Pedersen. Auschness with the ball in there. Cleared by Karsdorp. Abraham. Still looking to make a double change here as Abraham goes down. Mourinho asking for a free kick. Almost on the pitch there, Jose. He's just got the knack, hasn't he, in these European finals. played 4-1-4. This hasn't won the UEFA Super Cup, that we would call the major European finals. 4 out of 4, is it about to be 5 out of 5?
Great centre-forward play from Tammy Abraham. Just running the clock down, getting a foul for his side. Good play.
It's a Swedish under-21 international, Patrick Vollemark, who's come on here. The player's had a quick rise to prominence, only made his Swedish top-flight debut in the summer of 2020. Joined Feyenoord in January, now playing in a major European final. But time is running out on Feyenoord. Matthias Viña and Shomorodov are the players who are coming on here. Also seen Malacia taken off. And the former Brighton player Alireza Jahanbakhsh has come on. Iranian international who will come up against England at the World Cup. Karsdorp has now gone off. Started the season as a first choice, Matthias Viña, with Spinazzola's injury, but seen his game time rather limited in the second half of the season, so Tammy Abraham is off. And the Uzbekistan international Shomorodov is the player who's come on. Oliveira is the player down here.
He's the save, the run from Pellegrini. Very good save. Across the goalkeeper. Good reactions.
Pellegrini. Just kept in. Jahanbakhsh. Sinisterra. Final minute of normal time. We await with interest the fourth officials board. Roma, remember, never won a major European honour, lost the 84 European Cup final to Liverpool, beaten in the 91 UEFA Cup final by Inter. Is this finally their time?
I think there's going to be at least 5 minutes of added time.
Will there be a moment? Will there be a chance that Arne Slot's final to send us to extra time, a minimum of 5 minutes? For so long, Lazio fans have been able to taunt their Roma counterparts with their European success of '99, that Cup Winners' Cup under Sven-Göran Eriksson. Team that had the likes of Nestor, Mihailovic, Stankovic, Nedved, Vieri and Salas and more in it. What it would mean to Roma if they can see this out, if they can deliver their own major European honour to the Eternal City. That's Feyenoord's ball. On the final dressing room wall tonight were the words "making memories." They've still got time to do that, or it will be a bad memory if they can't. Surely have to go longer now, up towards Dest as it goes. He's flicked it on, and Linson couldn't apply the touch.
What a chance. What a chance. It's the flick on. Oh, he's just missed the ball. Oh. Hands on his head from the coach and Linson.
What an opportunity. You wonder, will they get another one as good as that? Great flick on by Dessers. Nice flick that by Sinisterra. Jahanbakhsh. Surely it just needs to go longer again. They've got that weapon of Dessers to win knockdowns. Surely they have to use it. It's going to be Feyenoord's ball. 3 minutes to go in Tirana. Tension in Tirana. And the goalkeeper Bilo is forward for this. Is there a massive moment left in this final for Feyenoord? Linson tried to flick it on, and the goalkeeper's way out of his goal. And it's a straight race here. Shomorodov looking to put the pressure on. It's an up and under. No support here for Shomorodov. Desperate to win it back, and they have done with Senesi. It's a breathless end to the game. It's Roma's to lose in the closing stages. They're holding their breath, no doubt, at the Olimpico. Desperate for a lever at the Kaup. Spinazzola will head for the corner flag. It's Feyenoord, to the mass frustration of those Roma fans. Sees the decision go against the Roma man. Impossible to understate just how close these players, these Roma players are booking for Spinazzola to being absolute legends of their football club. They will be remembered forever and a day if they can deliver the club's first ever European trophy, first ever UEFA European trophy. I know some will point to the Fairs Cup, but it would be their first UEFA trophy. It would mean everything. Into the 5th minute of added time. And it's a waste from Feyenoord. And it's celebrated that by Mancini almost like a goal. And look there from Arne Slot says it all.
Yeah, it looks like the goal from Zaniolo's won it for Roma. But I think the performance of the back three, and Smalling in particular, who's been immense for Roma. And has Jose Mourinho done it again?
Maybe time for one last attack. Pedersen. All eyes on the referee. Roma want the final whistle. And there it is! Roma's day has come! A European trophy is finally theirs! So long they've craved it. It is a triumph, decades in the making. But Mourinho has made it happen. And in his first season too, they'll give him the freedom of the Eternal City. 14 years since they've won anything. It means everything. Utter deflation for Feyenoord. Their 20-year wait for a European honour goes on. But the tears will flow in Rome. Tammy Abraham, part of a side that makes history for the Giallorossi. Feyenoord downtrodden, they gave everything, but there was no route back. Zaniolo's goal, the difference. Roma win this final by 1-0. Well, Rome is a city that remembers, where you are rarely far from history. And these players have made their own tonight. Their place in club folklore is secured forever. The Giallorossi have finally delivered a European trophy to the Eternal City, masterminded by Mourinho. Roma are the 2022 and very first Europa Conference League winners.